Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this is my hooded realtor section. I'm wearing my one of my favorite hoodies, but I won't be ordering it again because it's wearing out rather quickly. And we're here to talk about interest rates. What? Well, I'm just gonna put my glasses down for a second. Just want to say this, and I want to say it very clearly, because for some odd reason, people out there don't seem to get it. Especially those BNNers and CBC and CTV and CNBC. It doesn't matter what it is. I've never seen a concerted effort to boondoggle every person out there. Am I the only guy that understands we need inflation? That's right, we need inflation. And because if you looked at my last video talking about interest rates, you'll see that we had very many years of inflation of under 1%. And under 1% inflation is terrible. Now, we know that 10% inflation consistently year after year after year is a problem. Just go back and look at 1976 to 1981. Chicago Bear coffee. What does that mean? I have no idea. It's just coffee in a Chicago Bear mug. And if you go back in time and you take a look at what interest rates were at that time, and you take a look at what inflation was at that time, and you take a look at the so-called oil embargo and gasoline prices going up, and my God, I have never seen history repeating itself, and nobody understands. Nobody gets it. So, I'm filming this video. The Bank of Canada put interest rates up a half a point today. They are now at 1.5%. Now, I'm just going to let you know, nobody knows what that means. Everyone thinks, I can go out and get a mortgage for 1.5%. Well, an individual can't borrow money from the Bank of Canada at 1.5%. Jeez. Amazing how many people think that. That's what the bank borrows it at. And the bank can borrow $8 for every $1 they have in cash. It's how a bank works, 9-to-1 leverage. It's how we work when we buy our first house 5% down. We're 20-to-1 leverage. That's how you can afford it. We're not getting into that. If you don't own a home, you should own a home. Now, other than where I live, housing prices are going down. And it's about time. Because the graph's been going like this for quite a while. And nothing goes in a straight line forever. And people that want that to happen are just putting their heads in the sand and don't listen to the actual facts. So, we're talking about the Bank of Canada putting interest rates up today to 1.5% is their rate, which will mean all the variable rate mortgages will be going up. Still, I doubt if you're 3%, so who cares? Honestly, if you have a 3% mortgage and can't afford it, you shouldn't have bought the house you bought. You should have bought less money. And yes, there's always an opportunity to buy less money. Just sold a townhouse the other day for $235,000. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 parking spots in a pretty good location. Not great, but a good location. Oh, affordability. No. So, did this half-point rise be a good thing? Absolutely. They should be firing off the fireworks, and everyone should be just absolutely happy that the Bank of Canada put rates up. And Bank of Canada needs to get to 3%. Then once we get there, then we can talk about inflation. But the inflation we have right now that everyone's talking about, nobody's talking about. We have, so I hope everyone out there is watching this, price gouging right now, and our stupid Alberta government isn't doing anything, and as long as that guy's in there, bleh. But I'm going to be honest with you, every government in the world is doing nothing about it. We have price gouging. It's supply and demand. It is not. Last year when I went to go buy a 2x6 because I had to fix the fence and had to get some posts, I went out and I couldn't believe it. I could not believe the pricing. Could not. A 2x6 was $12. A 2x6, an 8-foot 2x6 was $12. That's $18 today. But here's the difference. And this is why it's price gouging. We have price gouging at the pump. Oil's only $120 a barrel. You take the taxes off, price at the pump should be $132 with all the taxes in. And what are we paying? $1.85 or $2. Price gouging. There's no shortage. If it was $2.25 a liter and I went to the pump and I could only get 20 liters of gas and that's all I was allowed a day because there's a shortage, the price would reflect supply and demand. But I can go down to the pump right now and I can fill my truck up, my car up, your truck up, someone else's truck up. We can buy all the gas we want. There's no shortage. Price gouging. Lumber. This is some serious price gouging. And I don't understand how our federal and provincial governments are not doing something about this, because this is blatant, right out price gouging. This is not supply and demand. Last year was supply and demand. When I went to go get those fence posts to fix a fence on my property that got run over by a drunk driver who took out half my goddamn fence on his way home, there was no fence posts. You hear me? None. I could not buy a fence post. I could not buy 2x4s, 2x6s, excuse me, 1x4s. I would go down to Home Depot and they had none. There was no pressure treated anywhere. That is supply and demand. And those $12 2x6s and those $90 fence posts, 6x6 fence posts, because they were pretty nice fence posts at this property, that was supply and demand. So I had to pay it, and I did. This year, those 2x6s are 50% more. And we only have 7% inflation. What a crock of you-know-what. But nobody does anything about it. I'm putting this out there today. It is June 1st. And I would like everybody that's thinking of building a deck, doing a fence, doing anything with a piece of lumber, don't buy it for 30 days. That's right. Nobody buy any lumber anywhere for 30 days. Now, the home builders are going to have a hard time doing this, but, I think everyone should just take the month of June off and stop buying lumber. Well, lumber prices will come down because we're already oversupplied. There's no shortage. Second of all, price of gas. Absolute price gouging. Absolute price gouging. I can get all the gas I need. I can get all the lumber I was down at Home Depot the other day and said I need 10,000 2x6s. Because I have a commercial account there. And they said, where would you like to have us deliver it? We can have it there by Friday. And today is Wednesday. That's called price gouging. So, Bank of Canada put interest rates up when we have inflation. Well, guess what? We're running about 7% in 2022, 7% last year, maybe 3% the year before that. This is good. Stop complaining about it. We have price gouging in the stores on our vegetables and our meat. A friend of mine raises cattle and is getting nothing for his cows. But the price in the store is ridiculous. Price gouging. That's because, well, there's a lot of reasons for that, but anyways. So people, wake up and identify the difference between price gouging that our governments are allowing because they're too scared to do anything about it, and actual inflation. Our housing market in Calgary is going up. We're going into June. It's going to start slowing down a little bit like it does every year. And you wait for the headlines in July. It's going to be like, housing's down, housing's down. It's grok. Natural gas, right now, I checked it this morning, is $7.85 a gigajoule. Anybody that knows me knows I've been pounding the payment since 2007. The only way Alberta recovers in any significant way is the price of natural gas getting to $8 a gig. Pave the roads in gold, man. The amount of money made is unbelievable. Everyone focuses on oil because it only has 3 letters in it and it's easy to say. Natural gas, dry and wet, and oh, it's complicated. Money everywhere by everybody. So, we have $8 natural gas, we have $120 oil. Personally speaking, oil is going to go to $185 a barrel by the end of the year. My prediction. Natural gas is basically $8 right now, and it'll go to maybe $9 and it'll stay there for at least 2 more years. So what does that mean? The 0.5 point increase to the Bank of Canada rate is for inflation. They may do another half on top of that and another half on top of that, and that's perfectly fine until they hit 3%. Then you have to start thinking about it. 2, don't even concern yourself about housing prices in Calgary because they're going to keep going up. You think there's people running around our city right now freaking out saying housing prices are too high, they're going to crash. They have no understanding of we're depressed for 6 years. We're just doing catch up, people. We're not even putting any relish on that hot dog. And we definitely don't have any bread and butter pickles. But next year, we're going to have ketchup, relish, and bread and butter pickles. So get ready, people. The summer's coming. There's going to be an opportunity to get in at a little bit better price. Maybe no competing offers. Then next year's going to come. And because I'm posting this video today, housing prices in Calgary are going to go up significantly next year. Very significantly. Mark my words. Nobody will listen. Everyone will say I'm wrong. But a year from now, we'll know. Thank you very much for tuning in. The Bank of Canada putting interest rates up today was the best thing that could have happened. The best thing for our economy, the best thing for everybody. But what we do need to stop is price gouging. Meat price gouging, lumber price gouging, and price gouging at the pump. Stop focusing on the taxes because it's irrelevant. We are getting gouged. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great week. And remember, catch you in the future.